Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. And by the way, I know what you're saying. These are, by the way, are not solid silver. They're silver tubes. They're from Indonesia. But I wear them because these are representative of me being a slave for somebody else that I worked for, made them a lot of money utilizing my brain. Now I can, I have my own business. So for those of you who may question that. But anyway, I'm going to get into this because some friends of mine in quality said, Daryl, Boeing could have done anything they wanted to do. No, not when it comes to this. Not when it comes to quality, not when it comes to continuity in the quality system. Boeing broke it. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been saying it time and time again. Now I have to tell you the whole scoop. Boeing's aerospace quality loop severed by its own lack of certification. In aerospace, the quality management system works in two critical directions: flow down and flow up. Flow down occurs when the original equipment manufacturer, Boeing, passes its quality requirements to suppliers, ensuring that parts, processes, and documentation meet the expected standards before leaving the supplier. Flow up occurs when those parts, along with traceability records, compliance verification, and quality documentation, are returned to the OEM, Boeing, for final inspection and integration. For this system to maintain integrity, cohesiveness, and continuity, all parties must operate under the same accredited framework. Boeing broke the fundamental system in July of 2002. Boeing issued a supplier bulletin mandating that all suppliers be ANAB accredited, American National Accrediting Board, and AS9100 certified. Suppliers were required to implement rigorous quality processes, undergo regular audits, and maintain traceable records. This represents the flow down of certified quality requirements. However, when these parts and records flowed back up to Boeing, the company itself was not AS9100 certified for over 23 years. Despite participating in the American National Accrediting Board Management System Accreditation Committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification between 2014 and 2024, a role that is normally reserved for organizations with deep accredited or accreditation expertise, Boeing gave the illusion of being certified. They sat on committees, they shaped accreditation policies while lacking actual certification, creating a structural conflict of interest and a credibility gap in the global aerospace quality system. In June 27, 2024, an interview with Reuters, Elizabeth Lunn, Boeing's vice president of quality, stated that Boeing was willing and prepared to obtain AS9100 certification and was auditing internally as if certified. While internally auditing is important, it does not substitute for actual accreditation, which provides third-party verification and ensures the system functions properly across the entire supply chain. This means that suppliers were certified, their processes audited, and their parts verified under AS9100 rules. But the final acceptance point, Boeing itself was not certified, creating a one-way system rather than a cohesive, closed-loop quality management system. And ladies and gentlemen, I've showed this to you before. I will show it to you again. Let's see if I have it here. Yes, I do. I went to Everett, Renton, Auburn, and Northfield, October of 2024, and confirmed that Elizabeth Lunn was not telling the truth, it appeared, because nobody that I questioned out of the 300 to 600 people at Everett, Renton, Auburn, and Northfield knew about AS9100 or internal auditing. This mismatch undermines the integrity of the aerospace supply chain. For example, a supplier might catch a critical rejection documented on AS9100 and expect Boeing to verify and integrate it according to the same accredited procedures. If Boeing is not certified, there is no guarantee that these controls are consistently applied, no mandatory framework for resolving discrepancies, and no assurance that certified supplier quality is correctly accepted or escalated. By imposing certification on suppliers while Boeing itself lacked AS9100 certification, and simultaneously participating in accreditation governance. The company created a dual illusion. Suppliers were operating under a verified credible system, while Boeing internal processes did not meet the same verified standard. This structural failure destroys traceability and continuity and confidence in the entire aerospace quality ecosystem, and it spreads prolifically throughout ISO 9001, AS 9100, ISO derivatives, AS derivatives throughout the world. Whether they're accredited by ANAB or their international equivalents, the system has been corrupted. Conclusion: Boeing cannot function as a credible final acceptance authority without being certified. Flow down alone is insufficient. Without a certified flow up, the entire quality management system is structurally compromised, and the integrity of supplier certifications is effectively nullified. Boeing's actions illustrate exactly why mutual certification is essential to maintaining cohesion, transparency, accountability in the aerospace manufacturing. This goes not just to aerospace, it goes to automotive, goes to electronics, goes to medical, etc. It cascades. It goes to the investment firms that bought into this illusion of Boeing because they sat on the ANAB's Management System Accreditation Committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. This is what I'm trying to say. I hope everybody understands this. If not, let me know. It's about flow up, flow down. By Boeing not having AS 9100, building 12,000 commercial aircraft between 2002 and 2025 or more, and also 400 military aircraft or more between this time frame. They built it in an uncertified, unverified system, which causes problems, which multiply. This is why we see right now airplane problems. We see it all the time with an engine, with a stabilator, with landing gear. We see this all the time. When you're accepting a piece of paper that says that this company is doing good heat treatment, and you don't go there to see that they're not putting their parts in a regular oven rather than a proper industrial oven that is also calibrated, then you can't rely on a piece of paper. I don't care what PRI says, Performance Review Institute, about their certification that heat treatment, welding, non-destructive testing, etc. I've been involved with some of those. I know what goes on. But anyway, my number is 203-556-1493. 203-556-1493. I thank you.